All right, guys, welcome back to another video here. We are in the non-race car room side of the shop. Yes, we built a wall to put all the race cars in, but we got too damn many of them. It's a good problem to have. We're working on the Glizzard today. I got its array of parts in front of me here. I got some more goodies that came in, which means now we can start installing them. Still kind of like the mock-up-ish period, but we're getting closer to where we need to be. Before I get started in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about two things. If you guys don't want to hear me talk about it, just skip through. If it really bothers you that much, just like go and skip until like the angle changes, and then you'll get past it. But really, all I want to do is see everyone have the opportunity to succeed and work hard and live their dream. I try to do that in a number of ways. One, I try to give stuff away. So I'm giving away a turbo. 80mm billet wheel T6 turbo. All you have to do to enter is go to lsnasty.com. We got some new merchandise up there, and you could win it. The second way is I give people opportunities to work. If you guys are interested in doing some storm recovery work, you guys hear us talk about it all the time. That's why we got all the big trucks. That's why we got all this stuff around here. It's a pretty good gig. It's a pretty awesome gig. It's not a full-time job. It's based off of Mother Nature wreaking some havoc, and we get some work. All you have to do is have a 3/4 ton truck. Send me an email, lsnastyllc@gmail.com, subject line stormwork. We'll give you the rundown. We'll talk to you about pay. It pays pretty good. I'm going to bring Brandon in here. Brandon, come on in. Brandon's holding the giveaway turbo. Brandon has done some...
It's a unit.
How much storm work have you done for me? A little bit.
I'd say 2 or 3.
How
storms.
is it?
Love it.
How's it pay?
Pays awesome.
How's the work?
Easy.
I don't know what else you guys want. The only thing else I can do is pay you to do nothing. Yeah, driving places, a little bit of work, follow directions, not be a knucklehead, have a 3/4 ton truck.
Reliable.
We're going to require transfer tanks here shortly, but transfer tanks, I mean, for the amount you get paid, a transfer tank is a drop in the bucket.
Yeah.
It's a small investment. I'm trying to get people to learn to invest in themselves, and they can make a whole lot more. I was taught that, and it seems to work well. And I just want to see everybody have the chance to succeed and live out their dream, because I kind of get to live my dream here, and it's pretty awesome. So, enough of that intro. For those of you guys that hate it, we're about to change clips and go to a different angle, so you can just skip right to it. You probably missed me talking about this, but who cares? Go to lsnastycom, get entered to win that turbo, do some storm work. You could be like Brandon. Welcome to another Glizzard build video. I'm going to talk to you guys about some awesome stuff. Before I really get into it, I want to be kind of petty a little bit and talk about TikTok. I've started my TikTok venture. Petty John is entering the chat, and Petty John has arrived. So TikTok, which I think is kind of cool. I waste way too much time on it. I make some badass content. I'm like, yeah, I might as well post on there. Well, I didn't know that every single person on TikTok is an expert in street racing, drag racing, and talking smack. Because every time I post a video up there, someone's like, my buddy Rick here, which I'm going to tag, will bust your ass. And then I post a video of me busting ass, and someone's like, you're not the fastest. And I'm like, what world is this? It's a completely different world. I don't get it. It blows my mind. Some guy's like, damn, I can't believe you guys actually have videos of this car going down track. And I'm like, God, this is brutal. I mean, this is... Go to my TikTok and roast me if you want. I'm going to keep posting stuff. But god dang, TikTok... You thought YouTube comments were bad. Holy smokes. Everyone on TikTok's an expert. And you know what I'm finding out? Is everyone that's an expert, comments and all that stuff, they don't have any videos or a picture. So I can't even talk smack back. I'm like, what do? I don't know, just post another one. But I do like TikTok because I can reply with a video. So if it's like, if you got something where I could talk smack on, or you just say some absolute nonsense, I'm coming for you. Normal John is back. All right, so I was waiting on an oil pan. This one I got right here, absolutely beautiful. The setup on this car, it's a Fox body, stock suspension. I believe it's an 87, keeping it with the theme here. Everything's 87. We've got an 87 Fox body right there, an 87 Fox body right here, an 87 Fox body right there. And then we have a...
What year's the Grand National?
87 Grand National. Damn. And an 87 third gen Camaro. So like class of 87. This is more Chris's thing, but he's kind of wore off on me. So got the Glizzard. It's 25.5 Mustang. It's pretty nice. It's got an 8.8. It's narrowed. It's braced up. Car's pretty sweet. We currently have an LS set in there with a power glide bolted up to it, but we're going to be running a 2-speed 400. So mock-up block in there. Matt did an amazing job installing the motor plate, mid plate, did the plumb bob, did everything, got everything set up there really nice. So I've been ordering some parts for it, trying to get, you know, this build's not really a priority, but I have a really good plan with this, and I plan on doing ride-alongs with this car. So I'm going to build it super safe. It's not going to be the fastest. It's got a nice motor. It's going to be blower, so it's going to be loud and rowdy and just kind of like really just give someone that like hardcore drag racing vibe. So like my thing is I want someone who's thinks drag racing's cool but doesn't quite understand like what all it takes to ride in this thing, and then it's going to be like eye-opening, and then record it and show it to you guys. That's where my head's at. So 460 cubic inch LSX built by TCAM Performance. This one is it's kind of like a build from the parts I had laying around doing this racing stuff. You get a lot of parts that you order some twice, you order some once, you got some spares, and that's kind of how this thing got put together. So Dragon Slayer crank, MGP aluminum rods. Kevin from TCAM Performance, the man up there, he ordered me a set of badass, massive diamond pistons, so fully skirted diamond pistons. JR from Frankenstein hooked me up with a set of Frankenstein heads. Sheldon over at T&D got some T&D shaft mount rockers. It is solid roller. It's got a custom TCAM blower camshaft in there. This thing's an absolute unit.
Badass valve covers.
Badass valve covers. Got the SB2 style valve covers. I don't know if you guys can see right there. It says TCAM Performance / LS Nasty, because it is just an amazing partnership. We're just making horsepower and whooping ass. But that is set up for external oil pump. Yes, I'm on the external oil pump kick. I think it's great. I never ran one before until we ran one on the Sheep. Oil pressure, amazing. It's probably one of the best things on earth, that is having great oil pressure. And this is the pan you got to run. So a little bit different than a standard LS pan. And as you can see, because it's got this giant bung. No, that is not a drain. That is going to be your oil pickup. There's your drain on this side. Mickey over at Williams Fab. This is the second one I got from him. Dude, he absolutely knocks it out of the park. Here, Brandon, hold this thing for me.
Yep.
That was the oil pan gasket. Dude, this thing is sick. The fabrication on it is next to none. The rail is super thick, so you don't ever like flex it. What I do is we drill a hole and put an oil pan heater in this thing, and you're ready to rock. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this off. It's got like some great baffling in there, and I'll show you guys the pickup tube because it's pretty nifty. But if you are on the market for an oil pan, especially if you're gonna do something with an external oil pump, which I highly recommend if you're going to do some hardcore racing, if you're going to do some methanol stuff where you have the possibility of milking the oil, having that high oil pressure is definitely good. Plus, I think you can make a lot more horsepower with it, happily. That other pump, high RPM, high horsepower, I think it starts to cavitate. You definitely see some oil pressure issues. This thing right here is the answer. So let me zip this thing off, and I'll show you what we got going on. All right, so here's the oil pan. It's got a nice windage tray set up in here. Comes with hardware, everything like ready to go. The thing I like about this is you can get a Moroso pan, but then you got to buy like the pan, the pickup, and this and that and this and that. So this comes with your windage tray in it, the hardware already in it, and it's nice too. The fabrication is sweet.
The welds on that thing are sick.
Yeah, it's the only issue that I have had with it is the rail is actually so thick you kind of have to take a grinder and grind it down. But that was on the dart block, and I think the dart block's got a lot bigger main studs than the LSX does. I got like that dart LS Next 2, so I don't know if that was a dart thing or we're about to experience it. I'm about to put this on right now. So all right, there's all the hardware out of there, the windage tray coming out, and look at that. So windage tray out of there. Look at the baffling in here, and there's your pickup. Right back here is your pickup. So this thing is sweet. We pretty much have like 85 pounds of oil pressure with that external oil pump at idle in the Black Sheep, and then as soon as you whack the throttle, it goes up to 100 pounds of oil pressure. So the motor's happy. I'm happy. The motor going to Colorado is going to run that factory pump until I can run it no more. But I just wanted to give you guys a look. If you guys are on the market for an oil pan, I don't get these for free. Some people think I'm just a sellout, but I'm actually not. I buy a lot of parts, and I just want to. I talk about the parts that I feel like work really well. The ones that I don't. I'm not going to lie to you. If I have some issues with stuff, sometimes it's me, sometimes it's parts, but part of it, figured out. But this thing right here, Mickey at Williams Fab, great dude. He helped me out on the first one, helped me out on this one a little bit, but worth every single penny. So.
At what level would you say is beneficial to switch to an external oil pump?
I mean, it really depends on what you're doing. High RPM stuff, I think the factory pump struggles a little bit, but I really think that if you're going to run something, if you're going to race every weekend on methanol, where you have the possibility of milking down the oil, getting watery, and we ran before, we just couldn't get enough oil pressure, and it was an ongoing issue. Luckily, we never really had any bearing damage, but we didn't run the motors long enough. We were taking them apart every 50 runs, but if I honestly feel like, I can run a motor a whole season. We made, with the external oil pump setup, with this pan, we were making 30 passes. I know that's probably a little bit too much, but I like to go to extremes. I like to go from changing oil every 3 passes to 30 passes, but yeah. I definitely think that if you're going to race every weekend, you got a methanol turbo car, this is a good investment. It's really not that expensive compared to a lot of the other parts, but I think it's worth its weight in gold. So, oil pan stuff, any of the aftermarket blocks, Moroso part number 38541 gets you a
bolt kit.
Stud kit. So, again, like with the super thick rails, I like this. It works. So, hopefully that works with this block. Speaking of parts, I did end up getting some wheels. I got a set of Billet Specialties Comp 5s, 15 by 12 4-inch backspace. This is 5 by 4.5, so Ford bolt pattern. Go right on the A8, and these are sweet. Found out on the Billet Specialty stuff. I don't know about the other wheel manufacturers. I know my Weld wheels, it doesn't matter. In the Sanders wheel, it doesn't matter. But I can't run a Pro Bracket radial with this beadlock. It just leaks air. So.
Oh, that's the one you were talking about. That's too thick. Yeah, you guys are having issues with.
The beadlock spacing is too tall, so it doesn't pinch the bead enough. The Sanders wheels I got, you could slap whatever tire you want on there. The Weld wheels I got, you could slap whatever tire on there. The Billet Specialties I got on the Black Sheep in the back, and I'm assuming these are the same because they do sell a separate beadlock ring. But the separate beadlock ring, you got to think high dollar wheels. You know, you're in $2,000 for the rears. Another $800 to get beadlock rings that will work with the Pro Bracket. So with this thing, we'll just make it work on the 275 Pro. I think the Pro Bracket, for what I was planning to do with this car, was going to be the tire I was going to put on it. But things change, and you have to work with it. But dual brake, look at this dual brake setup back here on the 8.8. Dual strange brakes, and I have to install my Cameron Johnson Race Cars titanium lower control arms. I got them sitting right here. These things are absolutely sick. If you got a Fox body, if you've been racing a Fox body for a while, I definitely recommend checking these out, because, you know, not everyone's like, yeah, I got titanium bars on my, Fox body. Feel how light that is, though. Feel that.
Wow, that is crazy.
Cameron Johnson Race Cars. I'll put a link.
You guys aren't going to be able to tell because it's on camera, but that is super light.
Yeah. These things right here, I mean, you could just like wield this thing and beat the hell out of it.
It looks way more beefy than it feels. Like
extremely light, extremely badass. You can get them with Heims, without Heims, or you can get them with the leaf spring or with the factory spring perch on it. Cameron Johnson Race Cars. The link will be down in the description below. Check out my dude over there. They might go up in price since like Justin Swanstrom's winning shit. Like all Cameron Johnson customers are winning shit, so might have a price increase. So get them before they're gone. Also, another big pickup here. You guys are really gonna appreciate this. I guess this will turn into a parts video, kind of like an update on the Blizzard. So.
Ooh.
I didn't make these.
No, we could tell.
I got a set of Zoomy tips. So this is going to be much easier to make Zoomies. All we have to do is just run them right up to here. This was probably one of the harder parts, is getting them to all come out. Now, getting them to line up and be close and symmetrical here, that's going to be another one in itself. But I do plan on putting Zoomies on this because it can be a blower motor. The engine that Chris purchased came with a blower that he's not running, so we could possibly have a blower for sale if some of you guys are interested, but this did come with it. Didn't come with the headers, but it came with the Zoomy tips. So very excited to have these. Gonna just bolt these on the Fox body. I got both sets, so that should make making the Zoomies a whole lot easier. And yeah, so other than that, I got some goodies from Quartermax, steering wheel, their 5-inch hub adapter, and a strange quick release. So one thing I do want to tell you guys, right before I guess we'll wrap this video up and we'll make another one, because I'm going on vacation, so I'm going to stockpile a little bit. I talk about these strange quick releases all the time. So you take this part out and you weld this into your steering shaft. They have a master spline on it. I don't know if you can see or if it focuses, but it's got one thick spline. So you can see it right on top there.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see on the camera, but yeah.
You can. I don't know if you. It's tough to see with your eyes, let alone on camera. But there's 5 ways that you can install this, right? Because there's 5 bolt holes. This is like a pet peeve of mine, and it drives me up a wall, right? It's just because it's the little things. A lot of times building race cars, it's the little things that make them really nice or make them a pain in the ass. So when you install this into your car, all right, I like to bolt the steering wheel with the master spline pointed straight up. And what we'll do, now Matt taught me this, and what you do is you get some high visibility, reflective, whatever, paint, marker, whatever, and you mark the master spline. So you know wherever the master spline is pointed, right? So if it's pointed to the left, the top of the wheel has to go there, and look at that, pow, goes right in. So one of the cars I got, it's got the master spline pointed like down on the bottom right, and it's pointed down on the bottom right here. So now when you go, you put it on there and you go.
Yeah.
Oh, we got it. It's the little thing. So if you guys get the Strange Quick Connect, Motion Racework sells them. If you get them on a steering column already in there, make sure you get it where the wheel is straight and then weld it all out and you'll be good to go. Hello there from the ground. We are installing our oil pan studs and we'll slap it on there. I like these studs because they're great. Shout out to Moroso for just making a good, simple, no BS product. So we're gonna slap this on there and put the oil pan on there, and then the next video you guys will see, we will install the said engine into the car. I like the studs because sometimes you can hang them out a little bit further and it makes it easier to put the pan on, and you can put like cool things on the bottom, like you can put those like 8L clamps down here and like run like some wiring right on the oil pan rail. It's pretty nice. Also, you guys don't know the sacrifice in here. Whenever we film, we turn all the fans off because it makes the mic go crazy. So we always look like a set of sauced up ribs, like 24/7, just glistening. Brandon's just sweating bullets over there.
It's Iraq hot in here.
I don't know. I have no frame of reference for that, so that's gonna be up to you.
About 130 during the day.
Damn. Look at. Can you get a shot underneath here? Look at these damn aluminum rods just shining, bro. These things are shining. They're ready to make some horse pressure.
Woo!
Look at that. I think I got about all these on this side. Nice front cover. Double roller timing chain. Hell yeah, brother. I gotta put a. Oh my god, no way.
What happened?
It's got a damn reluctor on it. Hell yes. Oh my god. This is literally life-saving. You guys have no idea the dilemma that I had. I cannot add any space. I cannot add any material to the front of the balancer because the blower sits perfect on there. Like if you make the balancer stick out further, the blower will not work. Like you'll have to get different stands made for the blower. So I called ATI to get a shell that had a 12-1 to run a sensor to run your crank pickup on it. Factory LS have them right back here, either 24 tooth or 58 tooth. We always run our race car stuff off the balancer with like a 6-1 or a 12-1, and that's how it counts revolutions. So they make a shell for a balancer that has one built into it, which would be like the only way you could do it with the blower, but it adds a 1/4 inch to the balancer. So I was like, damn it, I'm screwed. And I literally look right here and it's got a 58 tooth reluctor, so I can literally run a factory style LS Holley EFI harness in this thing and we're good to go. Like, dude,
Life saving.
You have no idea how happy I am right now. Like, I thought that most of my stuff with aluminum rods in a fully skirted piston, this last piston must be cut out for it. These last two. Well, I know they have because I've turned the motor over and it doesn't hit. A lot of my times on my fully skirted piston stuff, you can't run it because they're like, do you want to cut this out? And I'm like, nah, I'll just run something off the front. But this thing right here is like, holy shit. I'm so stoked right now. I can cry. Saved me financially. I'm in a way different position right now. I was about to spend some money on that. In case people are wondering why like I don't film working on cars half the time, because it takes this long to install. And like I'm installing the studs, but that's just how like I can only screw them in so fast. And then I get someone in the comments like, man, y'all made a whole video of putting a damn oil pan on. I'm like, I mean, damned if you do, damned if you don't, you know? Like,
if you make the video any longer, everybody lose interest.
Yeah. All right, now we're ready. Got our gasket. Slap that guy on there. Our what you do in the block where you got the oil for the oil filter and everything, that you just run a plug in there and then you go through the block. So
There you go.
God, hold on, I gotta back one of these studs out. Hold on. Just hold it right there for me.
All right.
Fits good. Hell yeah.
It's a beast of a motor. How many, you've had those heads on like 2 or 3 different motors, haven't you?
For mock-up. They finally found a home here, so. They're like for a 4155 bore or larger, so.
Those are valve covers we were talking about earlier. Those things are sick.
Yeah, those suckers are nice. Alright, well, I'll get this thing fully installed and then we'll film an outro and show you how it looks. Alright, got the oil pan on there. Everything is looking good. Shout out to Mickey at Williams Fab. Next video you guys are going to see, we're going to be setting the motor in there, get the blower kind of mocked up, intake mocked up, and transmission in there. And then we're going to take it down, I think, to at some point to Bissett Performance to get a transmission crossmember made and upper frame rail put in there. So that's what we got going on here. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, subscribe. Don't forget, send me an email for that storm stuff, lsnastyllc@gmail.com, subject line stormwork. And we got that giveaway going on. So first link in the description below is the link to lsnasty.com. We'll see you guys in tomorrow's upload.
He get to buy this round. John Doc got to buy this round. The black sheep on the property. He got to buy to the next round. 15.